Louis Vuitton, providing facts for creative minds. Have you ever wondered how engineers create roller coasters and design bridges? Or how businessmen see how prices vary over time? Or how scientists describe the trajectory of the projectiles? All of these are created and determined with the help of polynomial functions. But what is a polynomial function? Now let's try to understand the mathematical concept of polynomial function. A polynomial function is a function such as a quadratic, a cubic, a quartic, and so on, involving only non-negative integers powers of x. It has the form a sub n x to the n plus a sub n minus 1 x to the n plus and a sub 1 x plus a to the 0, where a sub n minus 1, and a0 are real numbers and n is a non-negative integer. Also, a sub n cannot equal to 0. In other words, a polynomial is the sum of one or more monomials with real coefficients and non-negative integer exponents, and its degree is the highest value for n where an is not equal to 0. Before we begin solving, let's get to know first what the terms are in polynomial functions. In the terms, we have a leading coefficient, the constant term, and the degree. So we have an equation of 2x squared minus 11x plus 2, where number 2 is the leading coefficient or the first term, and the number with the variable that has a higher degree. The constant term is number 2 because it has no variable beside it but only a whole number, and the degree of this equation is also 2 since the highest exponent is 2. Now, let's try to solve. We have an equation of x plus 2 squared, x minus 2 squared, x cubed minus 4. In order to solve this equation, you must first determine the end behavior, y-intercept, zeros, and multiplicities. Step 1. Determine the end behavior. In the equation, if the leading coefficient is positive and the highest exponent is odd, then it has a down-up end behavior. If the leading coefficient is negative and if the highest exponent is odd, then it has an up-down behavior. If the equation is not written in standard form, then you still look at the leading coefficient, which is negative, and you add the number of exponents of each parenthesis, so you have an even exponent. Then the graph has a down-down behavior. Lastly, if your leading coefficient is positive and the sum of your added exponents is even, then you get an up-up end behavior. Step 2. Find the y-intercept.